Subscribe to Hollywood Dazzle. Press the bell icon to never miss an update from us.
Thrillers never, ever go out of fashion. No matter what else is happening in cinema, audiences always want films that get their hearts racing. With more than a century of movies to choose from, we bring you the top 8 thrillers of all time. Number 1, No Country for Old Men, from 2007. For our money, the best film the Coen brothers have ever produced. This majestically shot, thrillingly acted, and unbelievably tense cat-and-mouse story sees Josh Brolin's character making off with some stolen money, pursued by a mercenary played by an utterly chilling Javier Bardem. The set pieces are mini masterpieces in their own right, including a dog chase at dawn that they'll be showing at film schools for decades to come. Number 2, Prisoners, 2013. Denis Villeneuve created a gritty and gut-ridden world in Prisoners. The story of a father whose 6-year-old daughter and friends go missing only for the police to release the primary suspect. Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Paul Dano are a formidable trio in this portrayal of desperation and revenge. Number 3, Vertigo, from 1958. Many of Hitchcock's films pit a man against forces beyond his control, and Vertigo is no different. It's just that in this case, it's his own mind which entraps him. James Stewart's traumatized detective, John Scotty Ferguson, must track a friend's wife who is in danger, but then she vanishes, leaving him chasing shadows and questioning his sanity. The action winds and loops back on itself, each twist shifting the ground beneath the audience, just as the disorienting camera work shows Scotty's terror and psychosis. Number 4, Sorcerer, from 1977. The Exorcist director William Friedkinson's South American Odyssey tanked on release, partially thanks to Star Wars coming out at the same time, but it's since enjoyed a renaissance. 4 men escape to a tiny village after various separate nefarious deeds, and live in absolute destitution. But then they get a chance to escape, a driving job, taking some dynamite to an oil well to stop a fire. The only catch is that the nitroglycerin is old and is sweating. Any knock, nudge, or jostle could set it off. And they've got 200 miles to go. Gosh, if you can get through a scene where a truck has to inch its way across a splintering rope bridge without gnawing on something, you're stronger than most. The soundtrack by Tangerine Dream is a belter too. Number 5, The Night of the Hunter, from 1954. Robert Mitchum's besuited, sinister minister Harry Powell is one of cinema's most unsettling villains. A widower who drifts from West Virginia, marrying for money and then killing his wives. He gets wind of a 10,000 bank robbery haul, but the man who stole it won't tell him where it is. When he dies, the only people who know are the dead man's children. So, he sets about wooing their mom and earning the good opinion of the town, while winding up to strike again and find that money. Number 6, Duel, from 1971. Steven Spielberg's first feature-length film would be the peak of most other directors' careers. David Mann is driving out into the desert on a business trip when a huge, dirty truck starts tailgating him. What starts as an irritation turns into a terrifying cat-and-mouse game, as it becomes clear that this truck driver, whoever he is, wants Mann dead. Out in the wilderness, Mann tries to outrun him. It's completely gripping, and Spielberg didn't forget the impact that it had on his career. At the climax of his next film, Jaws, Spielberg mixed the truck's scream into that of the dying shark as it plummets to the ocean floor. Spielberg went on to bigger things, but he never made anything this lean, focused, and claustrophobic again. Number 7, Nightcrawler, from 2014. Jake Gyllenhaal's preternaturally greasy camera op, Lou Bloom, is a creep for the ages. He slithers around the grimy underbelly of Los Angeles in search of crime and tragedy, selling his shocking footage onto unethical TV news stations. As a takedown of modern media and its endless appetite for fear-mongering carnage, director Dan Gilroy's movie is salient. As an exploration of how far one crazy-eyed man is willing to go to maximize his profit margins in the murder business. It's downright unnerving. Number 8, The Silence of the Lambs, from 1991. The film that launched the 90s cinema obsession with psychopathic killers, as well as one of the most memorable bad guys ever committed to celluloid. It's easy to forget the second Hannibal Lecter film was a taut-as-hell thriller, that also featured brilliant performances. From Jodie Foster as the cop playing psychological tennis with Anthony Hopkins' Cannibal, and Ted Levine as Buffalo Bill. A clean sweep of the major Oscars made it one of the most successful films of the decade, and it stands up just as well today. We hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to Hollywood Dazzle and connect below on what video you would like to see next.
Do not forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe.